You should never spy on your neighbors. You never know what you'll find. Our story starts with Kale, a high school student, and his father Daniel, fishing in a freshwater swamp. On their way home, they get in a deadly three-way car accident. Rip in peace, Dad. That was 1 year ago. Now in the present day, we see Kale asleep in his Spanish class. The teacher, Senor Gutierrez, throws a whiteboard eraser at him to wake him up. He confronts Kale and demands a reason not to fail him immediately. He questions him, asking what his father would think. Sir, those are indeed fighting words. Uh-oh. Now we're in court. We see Kale and his mother along with his teacher. The judge, aware of Kale's recent loss, sentences him to 3 months of wearing an ankle bracelet during summer holidays. Officers at Kale's home fit him with the bracelet. If he steps outside the 100-meter GPS radius or unplugs it, the police will come knocking. Should he step outside, an AC-130 will be called to his location within 10 seconds. No cap. Kale is left alone with the officer while his mother goes to another room to pay the fee. Your Spanish teacher? It's my cousin. Well, your cousin's a little bi. Kale, with nothing better to do during his 3-month house rest, begins binging minute movies. Thanks for the views. Extra crunchy peanut butter covered in Hershey's chocolate sauce makes a great snack. Can't handle the taste? Weak. His mom comes home, disgusted by the messy environment. Relatable. Out of frustration, she cuts the cable and cancels his Roblox subscription. Talk about tough love. Kale spends hours on laundry, house cleaning, and drinking Red Bull. Well, that sure didn't last very long. Kale wakes up to the sound of a moving truck and sees a new family moving in next door. He watches with interest, but the doorbell soon interrupts him. He discovers a burning paper bag. He puts it out with his foot, but soon realizes his mistake. He just stepped in. Chocolate. Okay, that's poop. He sees the 2 culprits and pursues them on the main road. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. He looks down and notices that his GPS tracker is flashing red. Uh-oh. He sprints back to his house, though he's a second too late. The police arrive quickly. While handcuffed on the ground, he notices Ashley. Boy, I much rather see her in handcuffs than me. Kale falls in love immediately. He later talks to Detective Parker by phone. She warns him that he's forgiven this time, but it must not happen again. Determined to keep his promise, he checks the GPS's range and marks a makeshift boundary around the house to know his limits. He suddenly sees Ashley arriving home. Being a beta male, he ducks under the bushes, then rushes inside to avoid being seen. Come on, Kale, girls love confidence. Just be yourself, bro. Afterwards, he goes upstairs to peek at Ashley through the window. Dude, not cool. I understand, due to the lack of internet and TV. A few days later, Ronnie, his best friend, visits. Kale warmly welcomes him after a long time apart. As they ascend the stairs, Kale describes how he spent the last few days alleviating his boredom. Ronnie receives binoculars and learns his friend has been spying on neighbors. He reveals that Mr. Pilch is having an affair with his maid while his wife is at the country club. This is better than reality TV. I'm not a stalker. Simple observations. Understandable. Enjoy your viewing. Next, he takes Ronnie to the living room to show him his favorite person to spy on, Ashley. Later, Kale was seen doing a reach around. This is the length he has to go through to not trigger that alarm. Ashley suddenly appears and offers help. The pair talk for a moment before her mom calls her away. That evening, as his mom dozes off, he watches the news and learns about a recent suburban kidnapping. Boring. Late-night yoga broadcast sounds better. Oh, I love this channel. Oh shit, I've been spotted. He ducks, then realizes it's too dark for her to see him. During the Ashley show, her dad bursts into her room, yells at her, and then slams the door. Rude. After she goes to bed, he notices his neighbor, Mr. Turner, arriving home very late. Kale sees the neighbor's car is the same as the one described in the news about the kidnappers. A Mustang with a dent on the front bumper. Zeus. Kale decides to investigate his suspicious neighbor the next day. He hides behind his fence just within the radius of the GPS modem. His neighbor suddenly sees him and comes to the fence. What are you doing? Kale is relieved to find out that the neighbor was just being confrontational with a rabbit. I caught you. Close one. Ronnie returns to Kale's house later that day. They discuss recent events. I suspect my neighbor is a kidnapper. Oh, cool. Anyway, let's look at Ashley. Swimming again, I see. We're going swimming. Kale gives Ronnie the binoculars and Ronnie leans in too far. Oh god. The boys drop to the ground, fearing she heard the bang. Kale and Ashley make eye contact through the window. Moments later, the doorbell rings and the 2 boys stumble on their way down the stairs. They summon their courage and open the door to find Ashley. What took you so long? Ashley, feeling suspicious, heads to Gale's bedroom and takes his binoculars. Are you spying on me? What? No, I'm not. Of course not. Awkward. Fortunately, they persuade her by claiming they are only spying on Mr. Turner, the potential cold-blooded killer from Texas. Right. Ashley checks the car based on its description and finds the fender undamaged. Bro, what the heck are you doing? Later that night, the three teens prepared for a stakeout. Ronnie borrows snooping equipment from his uncle, and they spend the night spying. After hours of watching, they finally see Mr. Turner arrive. He's got a brand new whip. He opens his car door and lets his new friend in. Suddenly, he pulls out a knife and prepares to strike from behind. The two teenagers watch in horror, but instead of penetrating, he cuts off the price tag from her new dress. Oh, he's a sugar daddy. That's nearly as bad as a kidnapper. That murder mystery is over. The group decides to call it a night, and Kale escorts Ashley home. Well, as far as he can. Guess this is as far as he can. The pair share a romantic moment before Kale heads back. After returning to his room, he resumes spying on Mr. Turner. My boy is addicted. He sees the woman running to escape the house through the camera. He starts recording the incident but leaves the flash on. Filled with fear, he drops to the ground and raises the camera to see what's happening. He can't see anything, so he stands up and uses binoculars. Uh-oh, I'm screwed. Kale's phone rings and he crawls to pick it up. It's Ronnie. Kale urgently explains the situation, but then sees the girl getting into her car and driving away. This seems normal, Kale. Everyone has a story about the one who got away. The following morning, while making breakfast, Kale grabs a knife and questions his neighbor. What are you doing in my house? Kale's mother enters with grocery bags, explaining she met Mr. Turner, also known as Robert, at the store. He kindly offered to change her flat tire, if you know what I mean. He actually helped her with that. His mom remembers the milk is in her car and goes back to get it. Robert and Kale are alone in the kitchen. Things get tense as Robert notices Kale's GPS tracker and questions what he did. Kale admits to skipping his teacher's class. Robert relates to the high school experience. There were plenty of teachers I wanted to just kill. Way to be subtle. A bit later, Kale's mom returns with the milk, unlike my dad. Robert makes an offer. Do you want to go to dinner? That evening, Ashley hosts a party at her house while her parents are away. Kale resumes his habitual spying. After a few minutes, he sees another boy hugging and flirting with Ashley. Oh no. In response, Kale plays loud music from his rooftop to disrupt the party. Ashley jumps through his window to unplug the music. She threatens to throw away his iPod, prompting him to admit spying on her since she moved in. He shares with her the small details of her personality he has observed. Ashley is completely into this, and they somehow manage to guess it correctly. It's either the creepiest, yet strangely the sweetest thing I've ever heard. Being cute makes actions sweet, otherwise creepy. Unaware, they didn't realize the window next door, Robert's, was bloodied. Soon after, loud thuds are heard outside the window. They see their notorious neighbor dragging a bloodied bag down his stairs. The next day, they decide to investigate. Ronnie must break into his car to check what's inside the bag. Ashley follows Robert while he shops to know when he's heading home. Ronnie breaks into the car as Kayla's phone rings. Kale, I've got Turner. You had one job, Ashley. Kale, suspecting Robert is coming home, urgently asks Ronnie for the garage passwords. Ashley, while driving out of the parking lot, encounters someone unexpectedly. Robert reveals he knows she's been following him. Leave me alone, millennials. Boomer moment. The teens meet at home to discuss their next steps. Ashley urges everyone to stop, feeling it's gone too far. She's called away by her mother before the conversation continues. It's her parents' anniversary. Look at you still having two parents, Ashley. Straight flexing on my boy Kale. At night, Kale continues his investigation. He manages to find the blueprints for Robert's house and begins analyzing them. He creates a portable camera system that streams to his TV. As he's wrapping up, who is that? He lost my phone in his car. Bruh. Kale agrees to help Ronnie retrieve his phone. But first, Ronnie must break into Robert's garage with a camera. Okay. In the garage, Ronnie finds his phone, but Kale wants the bag. Same. Ronnie notices a bag in the room's corner and comments on its terrible smell. I can see hairs in it. Keep the context in mind. The garage door suddenly starts closing. A panicked Ronnie runs into the house. Uh-oh, SPAGHETTIOS. In an effort to save his friend, Kale grabs a bat and runs over. Meanwhile, ankle bracelet go brrr. Damn, they're fast. My friend is in a creepy house with a body. You lying, boy. Kale urges them to inspect his garage. They oblige. Upon inspecting the blue back, they find a deer Robert hit with his car. It is still considered murder. Right? Kale's mom scolds him at home, reminding him of his court date tomorrow. She goes to apologize to Robert while Kale watches from his window. He suddenly receives a text from Ronnie to check his TV. Kale sees Ronnie unconscious through the screen. Wait a second. Psyche, just a prank, bro. It wasn't actually dead. Whoa, relax, buddy. Ronnie says he left his house and saw nothing suspicious inside. Kale forgives him and reveals that his mom went to apologize to Robert. Ronnie gives him the video camera to review the incident. Be right back, bro. Gotta drain the main vein. While watching alone, Kale notices something. Oh shit. She was the kidnapped girl. Realizing this, he sees Robert attacking his mom. And it doesn't end there. He makes his way to Kale's house and plays baseball with Ronnie. Sort of. Robert goes upstairs to attack Kale, but Kale dodges due to Robert's reflection betraying him. He sprints upstairs and tries to unplug the GPS modem, but Robert says nah. Despite his best efforts, Kale fails. He runs outside to trigger the alarm. Once more, Robert responds nah, overpowering Kale, knocking him out and restraining him. Kale wakes up as Robert blames him for all his crimes. No, please don't do me like that, bro. Unfortunately, his tears have no effect on Robert. He forces him to write a confession, but Ashley breaks into the house before he can. Kale has one final opportunity to attack Robert. Oh, hell yeah. Ashley joins in for a quick assist. The pair has just enough time to barricade themselves. Ashley frees Kale, who says his mom is at Robert's house. He plans to make his way across the GPS radius, but he's interrupted by... Hello. Before he grabs them, the two teens jump from the bedroom into Ashley's pool, setting off his foot alarm. He rushes to Robert's house and breaks down the door. Despite receiving a call from the officers, Kale decides to finish his dinner before going over. Come on, man, the one time. Kale searches his house for his mom and discovers a hidden crawl space underneath. He opens the vent and tries to enter, but soon realizes he is too big to fit. Can't relate. He hears a noise elsewhere in the house and continues searching. He accidentally opens a hidden room by banging on the walls. Inside, he finds an operating table and several large freezers. He spots the ID of the kidnapped club girl along with a red wig. He reveals a hidden room behind the cupboard. How much could one man have to hide? The officer arrives and hears noises from inside Robert's house. He investigates and is attacked and killed by Robert. Bummer. Kale falls to the ground of the hidden room, landing in a pit of muddy water. He becomes close with all of Robert's past victims. Frightened, he exits. Then he finds his mom, who also got the 50 Shades of Grey treatment before he can cut her free. Robert nearly kills Kale, but Kale's mother intervenes just in time. Kale overpowers Robert, gives him a tummy tuck, and throws him down the hole. Now the corpse soup is complete. Chef's kiss. Soon after, additional police arrive as Kale and his mom reach home safely. A few days later, Kale's ankle bracelet is removed by the detective. I think you're the first one to ever get one of these things taken off early for good behavior. Kale, now free, spends his summer holidays enjoying every moment with Ashley. God, I wish that were me.